They call me Squirrel.
What's going on, Squirrel Squad? It's your boy, the Squirrel. It is Mickey Flanagan Monday. We all know how that works. It's a crapshoot. Hopefully, we got a little Mickey today, right? I mean, what the hell? Why not? This is the don'ts of visiting England. So, you all know that eventually the squirrel wants to get his happy butt over there and see everybody and hang out. And I really want to explore the culture and enjoy the country. And this is Visit England, the don'ts of visiting England. This is by Wolter's World. So let's see what this gentleman has to say and what his opinions are on the don'ts of visiting England. I'd like you to let me know in the comments below what are some of the don'ts of visiting England that this gentleman may have missed, and what does he have on his list that maybe you don't agree with? I don't know. I'm hoping he nails it, but who knows, right? If it's your first time here, make sure you hit the subscription button because we're about to visit some Walter's World and find out what the don'ts of visiting England are. Here we go, folks.
Hey there, fellow travelers. Mark here with Wolter's World, and
Hi,
today
Mark.
we are back in England for the things you don't want to do when you come to England. Now, the first don't I have for you is don't worry if you don't understand the English. You may have spoken English, or you thought you spoke English, since birth. You may think you're a native speaker, but don't be surprised if sometimes you might not understand people here in England because they do have various accents, but also some of the colloquialisms and sayings and phrases they do use here sometimes can throw you off thinking, oh wait, is he trying to be mean to me or is that a joke? I'm not sure. And the humor here can be very different, so don't worry if you don't understand the English. The second don't be scared of the food. Now, don't expect to have a culinary masterpiece every day here, but don't be scared to try the food. I know a lot of people talk about England and it's kind of like, oh, there's cool sights in the countryside, da da da, but the food, oh my God.
All right, I understand what he's saying. The stereotypical view of England and English food is that it's very bland and blah. But I don't think that that's necessarily the case. I think it's an opinion based thing. I think some people go there with that opinion, so it makes it even worse. But I think some people just don't know good home cooked quality food sometimes. Or maybe in the case of my friend, maybe just has eaten more cultural different foods and stuff. I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but don't know why you'd be afraid of the food. I thought that maybe the food was tasteless and bland just because of the stereotype that I had heard. And through learning about this culture and this great country, I realized that I want to go there just to eat, if nothing else. Now, what the hell? Why not?
Look, I've been coming to England for about 20 years now, and I actually have seen the food getting better. There's tons of international food, there's tons of different restaurants throughout the country, but the thing is, the traditional English food can be pretty fun. If you go to a pub and you have, your steak and kidney pie or your shepherd's pie, or you go for a Sunday roast, I mean, it's Sunday tomorrow, and I'm kind of excited to hit the pub to have a Sunday roast with Yorkshire pudding. You'll be surprised that you might actually like the food here, so don't be scared about the food, okay? It can work out just fine. Now, the third don't I have for you is don't just stay in hotels. One of the quintessential parts of coming to England and driving around England and going through England is to stay in the BNBs, the bed and breakfasts,
yeah.
because they have a whole network.
I expected it was going to be Airbnbs. I don't know when this video was made, so maybe that wasn't so hip and popular then. Although I'm really weird about going and just crashing someone's house, but whatever.
Of B&Bs throughout the countries, in big city, in small towns, in villages out in the countryside, and it really is a quintessential part of visiting England, because what's cool is you're staying with a family and they're going to talk to you, they're going to give you the tourist information, they're going to give you the stories, the history. You're in their home and you see, wow, so this is how English people live, this is how things are, and it gives you this cool idea. And that's one thing I really want to say is, look, you're not staying at Ibis all the time, okay? Go stay in a B&B so you can really get a feel of the place. And one of the really best parts, if you're going to some of these smaller towns and stuff like that, stay in the B&Bs. Sometimes your only option, but it's definitely the best option when you're here. And also, to tie it in with the second thing about the food, usually you get a full English breakfast with it, with the the black sausage, and the bangers, the normal sausage, and the beans, and the toast, and the eggs, and the fried tomatoes, and mushrooms, and all those things.
All right, two things. First of all, he glanced right over the plugs. Just showed pictures of it and glanced right over it. I've heard how fabulous these plugs are many, many times. They actually do look pretty fabulous next to our crappy plugs. And then he mentioned black pudding or black sausage, but I didn't see any.
And it just feels like a really special experience. Now, the fourth don't we have is don't be scared to drive. I know they drive on the left-hand side of the road here, which can be a little confusing or off-putting for travelers when they come here. But the thing is, public transport is really kind of expensive here. Taking the train throughout the country, oh my God, it is expensive. So you're going to want to rent a car because you can get to all these little tiny villages and see the stately homes and, you know, that Downton Abbey stuff you want to see. You can go and see those things with your own car. So don't be afraid to rent a car here. However, I will warn you, when you first driving on the other side of the road, it is a bit, you know, off-putting. You're like, oh my, am I going the right way? And then when you hit your first roundabout, good luck, my friend.
Where do you live, dude? Roundabouts are all over the United States, by the way. I don't know where this misconception comes from that, like, we don't know what they are. Maybe they're only in the states that I've been to or lived in, but I've been to quite a few states and I've lived in a few now, and we call them rotaries, traffic circles, roundabouts. They're all the same damn thing. I don't know where this dude's living where it's good luck, dude, but he must not have any there, and that's really strange, but whatever.
Good luck. But don't be scared to drive because you want to drive throughout this country. And if you are going to be driving, I do recommend getting the GPS for you because when you're driving the other side of the road, you're going to be so concentrated on that sometimes you'll miss the turnoffs and stuff. And with all the roundabouts and everything, GPS just a lot easier to deal with. I'll just tell you that one right now.
So these are the do's, apparently, not the don'ts.
Another thing that kind of deals with that other side of the road driving is don't forget to look right when you cross the street. Look, they're driving on the left side of the road, so the cars come from the right, not the left. And I can't tell you, I've been in York, I've been here in London, I've been in Cambridge, Brighton, throughout most of the districts around this country, and tourists from everywhere in Europe and everywhere around in the US, they come walking in and they look left, and the car is coming this way, and it's like, beep, beep, oh my God! And you have that almost death-defying or a death-inducing moment. So don't forget to look right when you cross the street. Remember, it's right, right, because the cars are coming from that way because they drive on the left-hand here, left-hand side. So please don't get killed, okay? So don't forget to look right.
Don't get killed. That was basically the don't. Okay.
Now the sixth don't we have for you is don't think that London is England. London is a great city. It's an international city, but it's not all what England is. It's like saying, I went to New York, so I saw America. No, it's not like that. Or I went to Berlin and I saw true Germany. No, Berlin, New York, London, they're very cosmopolitan cities with people from all over, and it's just such a cool melting pot that London isn't just England. There's so much more to see out there, so definitely get out and explore the countryside, because I'm serious, you go to York, you'll fall in love. You'll go to the beach by Brighton or see the cliffs of Dover or go to, go to Cheshire and all the kinds of cool places. You're going to have a great time, but realize that, look, England is not just London. Get out and explore this country. And kind of also going with that, remember, England is not Britain. They're two different kind of things. Britain makes up, Scotland, Wales, England all together. So if you see people that are English, they're different than British overall. A Scotsman will be upset if you call them an Englishman, but will be probably okay if you say they're British. All right? So just know that one. Don't mess up the British English with people around here, okay? Now, the seventh thing I want to say, don't forget your P's and Q's, i.e. don't forget your politeness and knowing how to stand in the queue here, because people in England are extremely polite.
I actually think that P's and Q's is so old and such an old expression. I don't think that it means politeness in the queue, although that's a great way to teach people. But I do believe that it originates back in pubs back in the 1600s, and you had to mind your P's and Q's, which are your pints and quarts, because you had to keep track of what everybody drank so that when it was time for pay, you knew exactly how many they had. Could be wrong, but that's what I think.
Sometimes to a fault, like, I feel like I've said sorry enough, but I feel like I need to say sorry more. And you'll get sorries if someone bumps into you and stuff. They'll say sorry, excuse me. You need to do the same thing. So when you come here, make sure you do bring your manners. That's why we all wish, I wish my boys could grow up to be an English gentleman. Now, not everywhere are they English gentlemen. I mean, go to a pub late at night with beers going around, you'll be like, what? There's no English gentleman here. Yeah, there is that. But in general, manners are a very important thing here, so make sure you don't forget your manners. But also, don't queue jump, i.e. don't butt in line. They do not like that here. They are very much, we have our line, you stay in your line, you do not mess with the line.
Nobody likes that anywhere, just so you know. You come to America and you try to jump in line, you're going to get this... What do you mean they don't like it here? They don't like it anywhere. You're in line.
So get to the end of the line. So just know that one, because That's one thing I see that most of the tourists where people get upset is the line butting and stuff, because Germany, it's like a mad rush for a door or something like that. Here we'll wait in line, it'll be fine, let the people come out of the tube, we'll go into the tube, let the people get out of the train, let the people get in the train. So you do have that, so don't forget your manners, okay? Your P's and Q's, don't forget those. And the 8th thing you don't want to forget when you come here is a raincoat. Now,
I've also heard P's and Q's just meaning like mind your business. Again, going back to minding your business but I don't know, this whole, don't forget to mind your P's and Q's in line. It's kind of weird. I think it's a more generalization thing, but either way. He really over-explained that one so much that they went through and just showed other things and put up on the screen because this guy was still talking.
Now, I've been here and I've been very lucky. This is my 4th day here, and there's still no rain. So yes, it does happen that it doesn't rain here. It's not like it rains every day in England, okay? But I will say, if you are gonna come here, even in the summer, bring a light waterproof jacket, but more importantly, bring waterproof shoes, because that's where you're really gonna get wet, because you can buy an umbrella for like 5 pounds, 10 pounds, no problem. So, but just don't forget that waterproof jacket, because you will eventually need it, okay? I'm not gonna lie to you. I've been very lucky this time. I've been coming here for 20 years, and this is probably the 2nd time I've actually had like nice weather the whole time. So it's awesome when you have it, but it doesn't always happen. And the 9th don't I have for you is don't forget to go to the pub. This is definitely a pub culture place. Go and have your pint, enjoy the talking, the people, all kinds of stuff. Enjoy it. So I hope that helps you know what don't to do when you are here in England.
Anyways, there's some don'ts to don't do when you're in England. I kind of feel like there was a lot. He said number 9 at the end. I feel like it was more like 19. There was a lot thrown in there. There was some little things that didn't make any sense thrown in there. It's an okay list. I mean, it is what it is, man. I appreciate you putting it together because I've never been and I want to go. I thought it was a little jumbled with the delivery, but hey, whatever. I learned some stuff, and that's all that matters. And I hope you guys learned something too, and I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope that you'll come back next time I put out a video. Thank you so much for always being here. I appreciate you guys. Squirrel Squad, you be good. Be good to each other. Be good to yourselves. Be good to a stranger. Squirrel out.
Fuck yeah, F-C-K-Y-A. Fuck yeah, F-C-K-Y-A. I really hate your fucking guts, and I'd like to